Okay, it's time for. Let's get our Touhous out today. Today we're doing Crown Princess Pegasus 1.0 dot win. Let's go. Let's go. More MPs. We love the MPs. The choices are MP or Unity, or also the thing, the RPG Maker thing that sometimes comes up as well. Let's give anyway. Sumata something. Oh god, nice art style. Yeah, I like that. Options, menu, text speeds, fine music could be. Oh, does that? Let's go full screen. OBS never likes that. I don't understand why OBS does that. I mean, you're just doing screen capture, display capture, whatever. Oh, I guess there's something going on there. I don't know. Complicated things. Anyway, new story. Gitsuki's sky was always bright blue, sparkling like a polished sapphire. Pretty. I like this guy. What is it called? No idea. Anyway, despite the heat of summer beating down on her, Miko couldn't help but find it beautiful. Visiting Gitsuki was rare for Miko. Naturally so, considering her current status as a hermit. Yeah, hermits aren't allowed to leave the place like the law. They have their hermit hole, a little shack in the woods or whatever. The mountains were her home, and her followers seemed to be getting along just fine without their leader. That's a good system, but the world changes. Yeah, it does. Humans, we make changes everywhere for some reason. And so, despite the fact that Miko had a little desire to meddle in Gitsuki's affairs, she decided to take a trip. So nice, go on a trip. It's good to touch grass and stuff, although she's already touching grass. Touch some concrete or pavement. Miko. She's cute. What are we doing with her? I don't know. Yes, you've got Mafia killing me. She looks up at the winding cobblestone path ahead, the visible stretch of road amounting to another hour's walk at least. A road's an easier walk than a crag, at least, but it would be on horseback. Some part of her tries to stop the thought, and her mental equivalent of an immune response does its best to dampen the ache. Kurokama, just where have you gone? The lowly prince continues her pilgrimage. The thought of Kurokama doesn't die off. Miko's attempt to blow out the flame of obsession has only fanned it. Each step is a step closer to her lost companion. Each stone underfoot feels like a travail conquered on the path to an ultimate prize. Damn, and here I was convincing myself that I just wanted to see Futo and Sega. She stops, taking a deep breath to calm her nerves. You're getting ahead of yourself, Miko. You don't even know if she'll be here. A futile attempt at composure that immediately slips. But where would she be if she was? The original plan to visit the Taoists is abandoned. Miko has to know. There's so much that needs to be said. Would she even want to see me like this? Suddenly, Miko is very aware of how her body feels. The idea of Kurokama looking at her is dizzying. I can't hide forever, I suppose. An idea strikes. Oh, ideas are good. Unless they're bad ideas. But you never know until you try. I'll bet that Buddhist monk knows something about Kurokama. She can never keep her nose out of my business. Miko still knows exactly where Byakuren's temple is located. Plodding our path feels deeply comforting, as if she were reliving a fond memory. Let's go to the temple. The Myoran Temple. Usually it's teeming with yokai. Today, however, it is unusually quiet. Miko reviews her headphones slowly, hoping to hear who is inside. Only to recoil in pain. Oh, is that who I think it is? Uh-oh. The Earthern Hermit rises again. To what do I owe the pleasure? Though passive-aggressive, the Buddhist maiden's words almost have a sensual quality to them. Sure, let's pretend I did that in sensual voice. That's not happening. I didn't roam the earth and sky to make small talk with you, if that's what you're asking. And would one who speaks in riddles know themselves what anyone is asking? More of this is found in the path of Tao than the path of Dharma. Byakuren smirks, willingly taking the hermit's bait. Well, a cunning little hermit ought to know. What is the sound of one hand clapping? I mean, it's that. Miko rolls her eyes. As the that can be explained is not the eternal Tao. The noise that can only be described is not a true noise. And I do take it that if you met the Buddha on your journey, you would kill the Buddha? Like I'd fall for that. I would do nothing if I met your Buddha, and thus nothing would be left undone. And has your path led you any closer to him, or even yourself? I can't tell you. He who does not speak, and he who speaks does not know. Oh, he who knows does not speak, and he who speaks does not know. Yet who is it that hears this silence? The masses as they march. Tao will guide their feet 1,000 miles to their liberation. Byakuran hesitates. Gotcha. Okay, it's like a rap battle, but for like ideological things. Thingamajiggies. Well, I wasn't expecting things to get so literal. And so painfully modern. And ideological. You want to talk about ideology? Did not your people own slaves and justify it as aiding the spread of Dharma? That was the Chan sects. We are Shingon, if anything. A Buddhist is a Buddhist is a Buddhist. Byakuran briefly entertains putting Miko in her place, but that might just be what the prince wants. Well, to what do I owe the pleasure? Miko's heart and mind have wandered for too long. She quickly gets to the point. Where's Kurokama? Byakuran raised an eyebrow. She had hoped Miko was ready for another round. Who? Pinshotoku's Pegasus. Oh, Miko. Don't start referring to yourself in third person. If there were any doubt you were truly a saint, it's all gone now. Oh, yes, you mean Saki, right? Saki. I guess I never asked her what her first name was. Oops. Some prince you are. We were on formal terms. Byakuran looks as if she was holding back a laugh. Anyways, where is she? How the hell should I know? Byakuran scoffs. Actually, hell has a lot to do with it. And what devil does that mean? He's got a part to play in this too. You're insufferable sometimes. Really, most of the time. And so the Taoist is reduced to a petty quips. A shame. Don't worry yourself. She'll surely be looking for you too. Miko hadn't even thought of this. She felt ashamed for doubting Saki. But it was easy to think she had been forgotten. Pull yourself together, Miko. Your followers will get the wrong idea. Byakuran dramatically sighs and steps aside. Get in here before I lock you out. Byakuran's temple was just as Miko remembered. Quiet, spacious, and clean. Miko's footsteps echo lightly off the wooden floors. Her gaze wanders as she looks about the halls. This place hasn't changed at all. That's what happens when you don't adopt the modern way of life. Don't turn around so suddenly. Byakuran gives a haughty laugh. Modern way of life? What are you, an old lady? Byakuran ignores the bar but keeps walking. Where is everyone? This place is empty, even for Buddhist temple. Oh, yes. All my followers are currently dealing with an incident. So the place is practically deserted. Byakuran shrugs. An incident? What's happening now? I wouldn't bother asking me, since I'm not very good at paying attention to things like that. But those are your followers out there. Surely you care about them. I'm sure they'll be alright. Byakuran seems unbothered. I mean, good for her. She's found peace. Nirvana or something. Miku doesn't bother arguing, fair enough. Now then, if you want a place to stay, I could let you borrow a room for the night. That's nice of you, but I can't stay long. I've got my own business to attend to, after all. Oh? I take it you will return to Senkai before the sun rises again? How mysterious. It's true, but I have no intention of sharing my reasoning. You needn't. Besides, I already know. Miko's eyes narrow. Do you now? Don't give me that look, Miko. Byakuran waves a hand dismissively. It is merely the nature of a hermit to dislike society. Miko's face turns red. She hadn't expected Byakuren to read her so easily. It's like you assume I'm some shut-in. Is it not truth universally acknowledged? Thus, the two continue their back and forth until it is nearly midday. Time passes slowly, and the temple has not gotten any noisier. Miko stands, dusting herself off. Well, you've been an excellent host, Hijiri. Miko bows slightly. But I'm afraid it's time for me to depart. Are you certain? Byakuren tilts her head slightly. She seems to know something that Miko does not. I mean, that's true for everyone all the time. Why are you so curious about my plans? Byakuren raises her hands in defense. No, I was merely going to suggest that you wait approximately... A loud boom interrupts their conversation. About 5 more seconds? Something blew. There is a flash of light and a shockwave, as if a meteorite had just crashed through the temple's entrance. I mean, that's probably one of them. Saki, oh hello. Thanks for the message, Byakuren. She's got a cowboy hat, so she's gotta have cowboy accent or something. Saki Kurokama stands in the wreckage, a cloud of dust floating about her. Did you really have to send all of your followers to tell me, though? They're still fighting their way home. It's kinda cute, actually. Saki's voice is low and gravelly, yet feminine. Do you make sure they return in one piece, Saki? Byakuren's smile is serene. Yeah. Anyways, where's Prince Shotoku? I don't think I'm all this way to not see him. Saki's gaze darts about the room. Miko looks to Byakuren nervously. She's right here, of course. She? What are you talking about? I don't see him anywhere. Byakuren practically shoves Miko forwards. Miko pays her back by looking at Byakuren with homicidal intent. Hello, Kurokama. Saki blinks. What happened to Prince Shotoku? I mean, she is nervous, but take pride. What do you mean? I'm standing right here. Saki is reduced to a stunned silence. You're way out of line. I know the Crown Prince better than anyone. I mean, I used to. Saki shakes her head frantically. The air in the temple feels thick, like he could cut it with a chainsaw and still get jammed with something. Oh, Saki's voice is quiet. You mean tell me, when Prince Shotoku died, a pretender to the throne replaced him? Saki's voice rises with each word. After all those years we spent together? Saki's eyes are watering. Miko can't help but feel her heart ache. Kurokama. Miko tries to keep her composure. It's me. It's really me. No. Saki turns away. I don't believe you. Byakuren, why'd you trick me into coming here? I didn't. Byakuren shakes her head. I'm leaving. Miko panics at the thought of Saki leaving so soon. Kurokama, wait! Byakuren! This may not be as easy as you thought, dear hermit. Miss Kurokama is stubborn, and you must admit it's a lot to adjust to after so long. Sometimes what we remember replaces what has become. Such is the danger of attachment to the past. Spare me your lectures, you old hag. Go to her, Miko. Yeah. Pat, has she always been this fast? I mean, she's Pegasus, so I assume she's super fast. It's kind of what Pegasus I do. Damn it, she might already be gone. Thankfully, it seems Saki doesn't want to keep a breakneck pace forever. Miko soon catches up to her on the path outside the temple. Kurokama. Saki. Saki stops abruptly, whipping her head around. What the hell do you want? I just want to talk. We have nothing to talk about, pretender. How can I prove to you it's really me? Saki thinks for a moment. Alright. Where did we meet for the first time? Miko's answer is instantaneous, as a matter of fact. The Tachibana Dara Temple. Anyone could guess that. Then why'd you ask the question? Then why'd you bother asking? Like, yeah. This catches Saki off guard. Whatever. Question 2. I didn't think this would be a pop quiz. Why'd you tell me on the night we met? Together, we will wander the world until the day we both died and return to the Touhou hand in hand. Funny. You used a very different word than the Touhou back then. My religious conversion notwithstanding. Did I pass? Saki's voice cracks. She pulls on the hem of her dress. What happened to you, my prince? Is this a curse? Did something go wrong you? Just tell me whatever is, I'll fix it for you. Even if I have to ask that strange little shrine maiden. Miko gulps. No, this was my choice. But why, Crown Prince? Why this body? Why this look? Why any look? Does it truly matter? Am I not still Prince Shotoku? This momentarily stops Saki. But how am I to be your knight if you become maiden? Knight? Is that really what you thought we were? Saki's eyes widen. Her face turns bright red. Saki looks at the ground and rubs her arm nervously. It's just that, well, after all these years, I've thought about you, Crown Prince. I thought that maybe someday I could be... Saki's words die in her throat. She stares at the ground. Kurokama? No, Saki. Miko puts a hand on Saki's shoulder. She can feel Saki trembling. Ah, be cute and all that. Miko gently pulls Saki to a hug. Hugs are nice. Yeah, hugs are good. Shorko, I missed you. I didn't know if I would ever see you again, Kurokama. I hated that. I have always wished for immortality. But an eternal life without you would be meaningless. Aww. Hey, why are we standing around out here? Byakuren has a perfectly good temple for us to loiter in. Ah, shit, you're right. Come on, let's go. Saki grabs Miko's hand and starts pulling her back to the temple. Saki pulls a cigarette seemingly out of thin air and lights it. She takes a long drag, holding the smoke in her lungs for a moment, before slowly, purposefully letting it out. The faint grey wisps hurry upwards, curling and fading away into the blue sky. You still, do that the same way? Yeah, I guess some things never change. Saki's words hang heavy in the air, laced with nostalgia and a hard-to-place feeling. Well, what about the things that do? Like you being a gang leader, apparently. You know I've always been bad with this kind of stuff. Saki chuckles, rubbing the back of her head. For starters, I'm glad you're not dead. I appreciate that. That's an awkward statement to make. We all thought you were gone, you know. And now, you show up all these years later. Saki's lips were upturned in a grin, her eyes far away, focused on the horizon. I never let myself grieve. I just kept putting it off. But you're alive, so it's fine. Aw, steering up. Aw. Saki leans against the temple, one of her wings twitching. Saki. Yeah. Saki said was tilted away, but barely concealed her small sobs and tremors. I missed you. A lot, really. That's real nice. One of Saki's hands covers her mouth, trying and failing to stop her voice from shaking. Her hand was clenched in a fist, her knuckles white. I've thought a lot about the things I'd say if we ever met again. And now that the moment is here, I've forgotten everything. Saki laughs quietly for a moment, before it turns to a full-blown howl. She doubles over, smacking her palm against the floor, tears dripping off of her nose. Oh, and great Prince Shotoku is all washed up, ah! Saki's face reflects the midday sun. Aren't you supposed to be the Bodhisattva or whatever, something? I'd like to think I'm doing something close. Yeah, the whole hermit thing. That's a hell of a way to put it. Saki wipes her eyes. She drops her cigarette and stops it out beneath her boot. What'd you call yourself again? Toyosato Mimi no Miko. Toyosato Mimi no Miko. Okay. Toyosato Mimi, like that nickname people gave you forever ago. No, it's different. Alright, whatever you say, Your Highness. Saki looks around nervously, her hands fiddling with the fabric of her skirt. Hey, you don't need to worry. You're still my crown prince. Saki's eyes widen, her cheeks flush. Don't look at me like that. Sorry, it's just... It's been a long time since anyone but Futo and Seg has called me that. And especially not with so much love in their voice. Well, I, love you, buddy. Saki punches Miko in an attempt to be playful, but she puts a little too much force behind O. Kokama! Miko's arms windmill as she attempts to regain her balance. Oh shit. Saki reaches out quickly, managing to grab Miko's collar just in time. You've gotten shorter, huh? Miko leans into Saki, her forehead pressed against the crook of Saki's neck. You used to be the short one. Miko's breath is warm, and it tickles Saki's skin. Yeah. Saki wraps her arms around Miko's shoulders. Guess I was. Miko, Saki. Saki loosens her grip on Miko out of shock. The abrupt shift in weight causes Miko to fall into Saki. Thud. You can't just pop up like that. Apologies. I just want to make sure you hadn't left prematurely. Three's a crowd, hag. Saki picks herself and Miko up, not letting go of her hand. Come on, Shoku, we're going on the walk. Alone? She practically drags Miko behind her as she darts into the forest. Miko can hardly make sense of anything at the rate she's being dragged along. Saki, slow the hell down! Saki abruptly halts, jostling Miko. She turns to look down at the hermit with a romantic smile. Ride me then. What? Get on my back. Oh, right. Saki gives her a quizzical look. No time for such perversions. First we run like the olden days. Saki squats down, and Miko hesitantly wraps her legs around her waist, her arms gently locked to her chest. But the hesitation was unwarranted. Though Miko has changed, their minds and souls had kept the same rhythm. Such a dynamic could not be eroded by mutability. Mutability? Ready when you are. We ride! Saki abruptly stands up and runs at a dizzyingly phantasmal speed. The forest, stones, and wildlife all blur by so quickly that Miko feels as if she's stuck in the mad artist's optical illusion. Where stillness becoming motion and motion becoming stillness. The only constant is her and Saki. And it feels right. I thought you said we were going for a walk. Walk, run, trot, gallop, who cares? I feel alive! Saki rapidly changes course to avoid larger obstacles, but doesn't notice much of the low-hanging foliage. Miko ducks to avoid a tree branch, feeling the thin twigs and leaves brush her hair. I might not be for much longer if you keep this up. I'm sure even immortality has its limits. Don't be a baby! Sitting atop Saki provides a good view. In the distance, Miko spots an unfamiliar structure, an ancient, rotting woodwork choked by the roots of the forest. It very quickly stops being in the distance and starts being right ahead. Saki, stop! Aye! Saki abruptly stops on a dime, again tossing Miko forward. But her grip on Saki keeps her in place. Easy, girl. Saki's wings flutter. Don't be weird. Miko dismounts Saki in one smooth motion, her feet sinking slightly into the soft loam. She motions for Saki to be quiet and gently leads her forward. The hum of cicadas and locusts, once omnipresent, has now died down significantly. It's as if even the lowliest of nature makes an effort to subdue their presence out of reverence. Miko takes in what remains of the shrine, quietly trying to look for signs that would indicate who or what it was dedicated to. So what the hell are we stopping here for? Some busted up dinky shrine? I want to know what kami it was for. Call it harmless curiosity. Well, if it was a kami worth revering, you'd think it wouldn't be such a mess. And they probably would have bothered to build it in a better spot. They built a shrine of the dead, as we all must do. When we call their truths untrue and say their gods are falsehoods, we must also understand that we build shrines of the dead. For the promise of redemption and power, we build what will be forgotten. Saki's shock melts into annoyance. Show off! Is it not the duty of a saint to tackle theological questions? Miko seems more focused on inspecting the shrine than giving Saki attention for her jabs. All the saint business is taking some getting used to. Not that you weren't always a religious nutjob, but saint is a heavy title. Miko abandons her investigation, turned to Saki. Heavier than gang leader? Well, they say everybody can be a saint or a sinner. Although I would have bet things would have gone the other way if you asked me all those years ago. Don't be judgy. I'm not. Sincerely, I just worry about you. What's there to worry about? It's a job like any other. Clock in, bud sheds, clock out. It's not quite like being an innkeeper or farmhand, now is it? Kinsokyo can be harsh enough, but hell is dangerous to the body and the soul. You saying there's a safer place for me to be a gang leader? I suppose it's a universally unsafe occupation. I can take care of myself, Prince. I'm the baddest horse in hell, that's for sure. Miko winces at such a pathetic attempt to boast. I'd bet. But I just worry. So we gonna talk about it? About what? You being the chick and all now. What about it? I gotta wonder why you decided to come back like this, instead of more like you were. Well, I'm both the same prince you knew, and a completely different person. Dharma gave way to Tao. Royal station gave way to sainthood. And the masculine gave way to the feminine. Or maybe the feminine was there all along. As with the Tao, and so too my sainthood. Getting all mystical to dodge the question, eh? Quite the opposite, in fact. I feel my explanation was very accessible. Accessible? You call me dumb? Shut up. Miko gets closer to Saki, cupping her hands into her own. Does it really matter though, Saki? I'm still me. You're the same old you, for better or for worse. And I don't want to waste another minute we can spend together. Miko. Saki's wings involuntarily flap from excitement, a movement she quickly suppresses. Hey, if you're gonna get on that lovey-dovey crap, can we go somewhere less run down? Ah, right. Miko lets go of Saki's hands. I think I might know a place. The human village. Despite Saki making no effort to conceal her large wings, no one stops to stare at her for long. I mean, they're used to all this bullshit happening, so Hey, Miko. Saki stops walking. Her wings twitch as if hesitation to unfold fully. Listen, I'm not about playing jokes on people, but won't the humans freak out if they see us? They'll probably think we're some kind of weird yokai, right? Saki seems embarrassed, as if she's asking an obvious question. Saki, right now, there are probably at least a dozen yokai around us. Saki looks around frantically, but she can't tell who is and isn't human. Wait, really? Shit, this'll start another fight if anyone from hell sees me. Shotoku, hide me with your heavenly presence. There's no need for that. Too close. Some of the non-threatening yokai live alongside the humans in the village. It's part of how things work around here. This way, they will never be forgotten. Your Hell Gang friends would be upset the humans too much. I wouldn't worry about running into them. Saki tilts her head. Forgotten, huh? She sounds pensive. Yeah, must be nice. Being remembered by humanity. Talk about forget Brits and his horse. One day, a kind human from this village gave a magician a book. Saki listens closely. Miko takes a breath before continuing.
Inside, it contained a story, a tale of a prince and his loyal steed. Miko's voice is sad. Soon after, the magician came up to me and showed me the book. She said, "Wow, Miko, an entire story about you." It's a shame no one remembers.
Saki is silent. Her gaze is cast downwards. You know, no one explained how I ended up here. I guess I never asked questions after I took over the Kega family. Who could complain with that much power? Saki chuckles, but her eyes are sad.
I'm sorry, Saki.
Miko bows. Well, there's no need to bow. Saki nervously rubs her neck. It's not your fault everyone forgot the coolest story ever told. Fuko.
Hark!
Miko and Saki both jump.
Thou hast not informed me of thy plans to visit, Crown Prince.
Futo's voice is indignant.
Hast thou no mind to tell thine own subjects what thou wishest of us?
Miko blinks. It's you.
Thou speakest as though we've met. Yet I would recall having met a creature so hideous as thee.
Oh, screw you. You're that Taoist that was always bothering Shotoko, aren't you?
Ah, of course. Thou art the horse.
What? Why'd you say it like that?
It's good to see you, Futo. 'Tis good to see thee too, Crown Prince.
Futo turns her attention to Saki.
And thy companion?
What the hell are you looking at?
Saki, this is Mononobe no Futo.
Miko gestures.
She was kind enough to assist with my resurrection.
Futo waves her hand.
'Twas my duty and mine honor. Nay, 'twas but a trifle. O Crown Prince.
Futo immediately drops the pleasantries.
Madam Sega hath been denying mine requests for recreation. Wilt thou please have her cease?
Futo's words become slightly frenzied. I can't command her to do anything frivolous like that. Futo seems exasperated.
But 'tis no frivolity. Thy holiness, I go wary of mine circumstances. Not a soul wishes to converse with me, nor play games, nor have fun.
Futo makes air quotes.
Sega's a hermit, Futo.
Futo crosses her arms.
As are thee and I. Surely you didn't make me elaborate. Huzzah! My ailment had been cured.
Saki seems taken back. Shotoko?
Thy holiness, thy mighty steed. We shall playeth games. We shall haveth fun. We shall not cease it until the morn sun.
Saki starts. Miko looks away and bites her lip, holding back a laugh.
I beg thy pardon.
It's just...
I had said nothing humorous, horse.
Futo puts her hands on her hips.
What hast made thee snorteth in such a manner?
These are the kind of people you've been hanging out with, Shotoko. You must have been bored out of your mind for the last 1400 years.
Madam Crown Prince hast spent much of that time asleep. Thus, she hath not been bored at all.
Miko laughs, stepping between the two women before something violent occurs. I apologize for not telling you I'd be here, Futo. Truthfully, I had intended to visit you and Sega. However, my nostalgia got the better of me. Nostalgia, huh?
Come now, Kurogama. It was a blessing to be reunited with you. Do not assume I take it lightly.
Saki's feathers ruffle, her wings spasming slightly. Right.
Crown Prince.
Futo seems to disregard the emotional fanfare in front of her.
How wouldst thee and thy companion careth to join myself and Madam Sega for an afternoon repast?
Miko and Saki look at each other, then back at Futo.
Sega will prepare a banquet.
I thought she didn't want hanging out with you. Futo's mouth opens, but no words do not fall out. Instead, she makes a wheezing sound and clenches her fist.
Righty-ho! I shall return to my abode without thee.
Futo turns dramatically, the various ribbons on her outfit dangling in the wind. She walks for about 10 seconds, and then abruptly whoops about.
Hark! I hath looked deep within mine soul, and found myself capable of grand generosity. She nervously plays with the lock of her hair. I forgive thee for thy transgressions.
Thanks.
Could we perchance hang out now? She's so bored.
Nah.
Saki grabs Miko's arm and quickly walks in the opposite direction. Crown Prince, I will assist ye. Saki pulls Miko onto her back, wings fluttering as she runs. By the time Saki and Miko make their way back to the temple, it has already gotten dark.
Shotoko, some tells me we don't have much time left this evening.
Is that thing the sun? Or rather, the lack of it?
You're so bizarre, Shotoko. Saki's laugh begins with a joyful lilt, but quickly slows into a nervous chuckle. Miko? The name feels foreign, yet comfortable. Somehow, Saki wants to say it over and over again. What were we? A question so vague, yet so pointed. Miko wonders if it were even possible to answer. Saki's stride is strong, her head held high, but her voice cracks, her eyes glassy. I know you're a hermit or whatever, but do you really have to leave me again?
I would never leave you again, Kurokama. We will still be under the same sky.
Saki laughs softly. Life, huh? You just get into the motions. You're living in the moment and then suddenly you just think it will last forever. But it never does. It never can.
But it can begin anew. Every single life shall come to an end, but life itself never will. And so it is with love.
Love? I love my prince. Is that love to be born again with you?
Miko chokes out a laugh. What a thing to say. You're starting to sound like me.
I guess your weirdness rubbed off on me.
Saki, I never stopped loving you, Kurokama.
I never thought I'd hear those words from you.
In some frameworks, I'm no longer the person you once imagined. Perhaps you will never hear it from Prince Shotoku.
I don't care. Miko, whoever you are now, I want to keep being part of her story. That old prince and his horse. The ending to that one was a bummer. Let's give him something good to remember this time.
Saki. Aw, that's nice.
Another day. Senkai. A lonely realm made by Miko. Full of ideas from her trip to the Gidsokyo, Miko returned home to write poetry. Unfortunately, every poem she wrote was on the topic of love. As someone who thrived on variety, this frustrated Miko greatly.
Jeez, I need new material. Maybe I should visit hell next time.
Despite being in a world of isolation, Miko never felt so loved. Saki made her promise to come visit semi-frequently. The idea of spending more time in Gensokyo wasn't as unappealing as it used to be. So she agreed. Far too excitedly, as Saki pointed out. The end. Ah, that was cute. That was cute. Enjoy that one. Ah, the things, reunion, deal with past things and changes. Something stayed the same, something's changed. Oh, wonderful. Yay. I'm obstructing the view. Okay. That was cute. I like that one. Okay, goodbye.